Hey everyone, before we get into today's episode of Prime News, I want to let you know that we are giving away a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch. I know I've been advertising in every video, gonna keep that advertising going. Absolutely free to enter. Hit up that gleam.io link down in the description. So hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Prime News, and our first story today is a rather simple one, but one I want to toss out there because, hey, we do have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Let's Go Eevee coming out next month, and, well, the game that kind of inspired Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Let's Go Eevee, Pokemon Go, is getting a massive update soon. Niantic has confirmed that Gen 4 Pokemon are coming to the Pokemon Go community. We're not sure when it's going to launch at this point, just sometime soon-ish. And for those that don't remember, those are the ones that came out with Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. So look forward to that. And yeah, let's get to the next story. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for Nintendo Switch is apparently rated 18+ because, you know, all of that hot mushroom action. Yeah. At least at one Taiwanese retailer in, well, Taiwan, and, well, it's from WebLink. The box art itself actually shows a 6+ rating, but on the actual official page for buying it, it shows an 18+ rating. This is obviously a mistake made by an employee putting the listing up or something like that, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. I've never thought of Captain Toad in the 18+ range, not since I saw some disturbing things with Bowsette. You can't take that stuff back. In bigger news, it appears that Joy-Cons are actually sold out on Amazon across many different regions in Europe. I believe Spain's region of Amazon still has some available, but France, the UK, Germany, a whole bunch of sites are ran out of them, and this appears to be in wake of Super Mario Party. Now, we do have some factual evidence from Japan that shows that Super Mario Party led to a 200% increase in sales of Joy-Cons in Japan. So assuming that that translated over to Europe, it's possible that in the regions that Super Mario Party has been selling best in, they are just running out of Joy-Cons. Now, this is only affecting Amazon specifically in terms of running out of stock, and we do know that Nintendo and Amazon in Europe have been butting heads in certain regions. Nintendo has pulled the Nintendo Switch stock out of Amazon. They are not providing copies of Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and Smash until further notice. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes where the companies butt heads. They have been butting heads many, many times. So at first, my first thought was, oh, well, they're just pulling Joy-Con stock as well, right? So they just sold off the stock they have, and now they're out. Except they did sell like copies of Mario Party. They still are selling copies of New Super Mario Party. So Nintendo is fulfilling those orders to Amazon. And there are future dates, you know, October 15th, 13th, 17th, 20th, on when these Joy-Cons are coming back in stock, meaning that Nintendo has confirmed to Amazon that they are sending them more stock of these Joy-Cons. So Nintendo's not holding back Joy-Con stock in these countries. So it's interesting. And when you look at other retailers in those specific regions, their stock of Joy-Cons, while not sold out, is listed as low. So it is something that is actually impacting a lot of retailers. It just might happen that Amazon is the most popular online retailer in those regions, so they ran out of stock first. That being said, I think it's interesting to see that Super Mario Party might be causing this. Obviously, we haven't seen these same shortages in the United States where the stock seems to be much better, but it also is a single country. Even if you want to include Canada and Mexico in that mix for all of North America, I don't think there's a Joy-Con shortage from what I could tell, although I did note when I was at retail the other day that there appeared to be a lot less Joy-Con options compared to a week or 2 weeks ago, and that probably is because Super Mario Party does require you play with a single Joy-Con, and it's mostly a local multiplayer game, so people might be picking up that extra set of Joy-Cons for full 4-player play, or co-op play with 8 players is actually a thing in the game as well, although you just use 4 Joy-Cons for that. I think it's just a really interesting thing and something that we should be paying attention to down the line, just to see how Amazon and Nintendo work together in these European countries when they already are butting heads over the Switch and future games coming to the platform, mostly because Amazon's trying to undercut the rest of the online market and the price point they're trying to move Switches at. So the prequel to South Park, The Fractured But Whole, is now out on Switch. I believe it's only out right now as a digital version, and that is South Park, The Stick of Truth. It's a fantastic game. Some people like it more than The Fractured But Whole. Some people like The Fractured But Whole, even better. It's just a back and forth on which one's better, but both are utterly fantastic RPGs. And if you're into South Park and you like RPGs, I don't know why you haven't picked up these games on other platforms yet, unless you just happen to only game on Nintendo. If you do, then you probably already have the Fractured Butthole, and now, hey, you can get, the Stick of Truth. So go pick it up, because it's pretty damn good. I've played through about half the game already, and good stuff. And our last story of today, maybe the biggest story, is almost a continuation of a story yesterday. We mentioned yesterday how Ubisoft might be working on a brand new game for Nintendo Switch, and now we know that Ubisoft Milan, which is the group that made, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, is now hiring for a brand new prestigious AAA title. Now, when you hear the word prestigious AAA title, you think this must be an existing IP, because if it's already prestigious, that would suggest it's something that's high caliber, high grade. They might consider Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle to be a prestigious IP, so then it could just be like a Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2 they're hiring for, or it could be something even like Star Fox. We know that Nintendo really liked Starlink so much, they requested Ubisoft make Star Fox part of Starlink. It's possible that maybe they're like, yeah, this worked out so well, why don't you just make the next Star Fox game? So that's entirely possible, although what do we do then with those old rumors about the Star Fox racing game by Retro Studios? I mean, if that's real, would Nintendo really have 2 Star Fox games that work at the same time? Wouldn't that? That'd be crazy, giving Star Fox all this kind of love, especially after Starlink. But hey, whatever. It could be anything really at this point. There's a lot of old Nintendo IPs that many people would consider prestigious. This obviously could be something related to Assassin's Creed or really anything at this point. But this particular studio, with the history it has and the DLC it just made, and the loving Nintendo characters that this particular studio, Ubisoft, has, and the history it now has working with Nintendo and Switch, it's highly likely they're hiring for something Switch related. On top of that, they are advertising the hiring with art from Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So they're using Nintendo characters and Ubisoft characters to advertise this position. Something tells me it's hint, hint, we're hiring for that. In addition, we know they put out the poll yesterday in France asking French consumers about what they think about various Mario characters. So again, maybe for a Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2, maybe there's a different sort of crossover they're doing. Heck, maybe they were tasked with making the next great 3D Mario game. Wouldn't that be insane? Who really knows? But it's probably all good news for Switch. This is the studio that's been supporting Switch from day one. I assume this studio at Ubisoft is going to continue to be kind of like Ubisoft's big exclusive Nintendo Switch studio, because it just makes sense. They made a lot of money on Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle according to their CEO and their upper brass, so why wouldn't they be working on something else to fit in with that audience that they've already built up for their games? I can't wait to see what this new project is, whether it's an ambitious new IP, which I don't know if you can call prestigious yet until it releases, and then you can't really call your own product prestigious. That's kind of gets established, by consumers and critics. But still, something's in the works. Something's in the works. They're hiring for it. And we're probably going to have to wait a year or two before we finally see or hear what this is. Maybe a year till we hear what it is. Rumor mongers always seem to get things out of Ubisoft. I mean, we knew about Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle before E3 even happened. Like, art leaked, the name leaked, the concepts leaked. Even then, the game ended up looking fantastic at E3 last year. But still, I can't wait to see what's cooking, because this is the studio from Ubisoft that excites me the most. This is the studio that works with Nintendo. I can't wait. And as always, folks, I am Nathaniel Rufflejans from Nintendo Prime, and if you like this video, you know what to do. And if you dislike the video, hit that dislike button. If you haven't entered our Nintendo Switch giveaway, go to that Gleam.io link in the description for more information, and I will catch you all in the next one.